She arrives on a Saturday morning in July, which is summer break, which means she told no one where she was going. She is 13 years old. She took 3 buses and a commuter train. She stands outside Dr. Cole's office building in the particular way of a person who has been planning this for a long time and is only now reckoning with the gap between the plan and the execution. Vael sees her from the window. He was expecting her. Myra's letter arrived 3 days ago, but expectation had not prepared him for the specific fact of her standing on the pavement in the July sun looking up at the building with the same quality of looking up that he first noted in his log 4 years ago. He goes down. She is taller than he expected. She has her school bag with her, which she uses as a kind of talisman, holding the strap with both hands the way you hold something familiar when everything else is unfamiliar. He says, "Amara." She says, "I know what you are." He says, "Yes." She says, "I've read everything. The broadcast files, the commission reports, the archive summaries they publish. I've been reading since I was 11. She says this with the particular tone of someone reporting credentials, which is what she is doing. She wants him to know she is not here by accident or impulse. She has prepared. He says, "I know. Your orbital mechanics essay was very good." She looks at him for a moment with an expression he cannot quite read, gratitude and something more complicated, the look of someone who has just received confirmation that they were actually seen, which is different from being known. She says, "I wanted to ask you something in person. I couldn't put it in a letter." He says, "All right." She says, "When you asked me in the water, do you want to stay, and I said yes. Did that?" She stops. She adjusts. She is clearly dealing with a question she has practiced many versions of. She says, "Did that change me? Am I different from what I would have been?" He considers this with the full seriousness it deserves. He says, "I don't know. I have been thinking about it for 4 years. I believe you were already the person who would have said yes. The asking may have helped you access it. But I did not install it." She is quiet. Then, "So I was always going to look at the sky." He says, "I think you were always going to look at the sky." She nods. She is processing this with a thoroughness that reminds him of no one so much as Myra Santos, which is interesting and not accidental. She says, "Okay." She takes a breath. "Can I ask you things?" "Not today, over time. I have a lot of questions and I think some of them are going to take a while." He says, "Yes." She says, "I'll come back properly." She hoists the school bag. "I have to get 3 buses and a train back before my mum notices." She is halfway down the street before he can say anything else. She doesn't look back. She looks up, once, briefly, at the sky. Then she rounds the corner and is gone. He goes back upstairs. He opens his log. He writes, "Today, she found me. I marked her entry 4 years ago without knowing why. I know now. Some things resolve slowly. The slow ones are always the important ones. He marks the entry twice.